Hello and welcome to Fin Business. Today we have a very special guest with us. His name is R. Gandhi. He's a former Deputy Governor of RBI. Sir, welcome on the show.
Good morning.
So it's really a pleasure to have you on the show. There are many aspects, many subjects I would like to discuss with you. To start with, I would like to take your views on data security. Data is actually the new oil, which everybody says, and banks and financial institutions are generating data in tons. Europe also came with new rules, specifically called GDPR, and Indian government is also coming with data security rules. The proposal is already out, the draft report of Sri Krishna Committee. Being a former Deputy Governor of RBI, the first thing I would like to know is what is your perspective on the key points which is there in the data security bill?
Yes, exactly. As you said, that data is the new oil. Everybody has really understood the power of information. And it is not just the financial institutions which are interested in data. The technology, not just the technology, the entire business and trade of any worth in future, unless they manage and use the information available properly, they will not be able to survive. It is not just business. Again, by extension, even governance in very many countries will also be determined by the information available. There are positive things about usage of or the evolution of information as such a powerful tool, and there are some negative side as well. Because any tool, for that matter, it will always have, when you use it properly, you can make benefit out of it, and you can use it for wrong reasons also. Same applies to information. Because the information, when nowadays, because of that technological development and the easiness with which information can be gathered, and even people without knowing, without even being aware of that information is being gathered out of them, they participate in some activity and information is gleaned out of them, because technology enables that. So that has led to several problems. In the sense that there are four perspectives, we can say. There's a pure commercial perspective, that is one. In the sense that you are my customer, I am offering a good or service I am offering, you get my service. In that process, I gain some information about you. That information, who is the owner of this information? That is what is the debate today. That by whether the information supplied by you as an individual, you are the owner of that information, or you have actually got into a commercial transaction with me, and so I have a right to use that information. I own it. So that's a debate which is going on. There it is purely commercial. Because I offer you a good service, you are willing to buy that from me, and in that process, how should be done? That is one aspect of it. The other aspect of information, the way it is evolving over the world, something at the other extreme, that is strategic consideration. There is country's information. Okay, let me come there a little later.
Sure.
So before that, the second is the privacy of the party. That is being transgressed by the offerer, the business offerer, is picking up that information, not just for rendering the service alone, for further. He collects more information than required. At the time of transacting, they get more information. Out of that, not for their own benefit, it started from the position that they themselves wanted to give better service to the same customer. Later on, they found that it is not that they alone need to do it. They can pass that information to somebody else, and that somebody else uses that information to offer goods and services to you. So, to what extent this is right? That's the second question which has come. Even though the commercial, the first part of it, pure commercial, a person willingly gives information, that is for that purpose. How it can be given for some other purpose? That is the second question which that is being debated. There, individual liberty, individual privacy is being transgressed. That's the second perspective. Third perspective is that it is not that only businesses collect information like this. even governments are also collecting. When state collects information, then there is a civil liberties related questions do come up. To what extent the governance, governing bodies or the governing structure will facilitate the individual liberties still to be available to the citizens of the country. So that's a third perspective. To what extent it should be possible, the government should collect the information or not collect the information, not use the information. That kind of debates are also going there. The fourth is the strategic interest, in the sense that today the expectation going forward, world wars are going to be fought on information.
Absolutely.
Information capability, not through tools, your tanks and ships or anything. That the traditional wars are not going to be there. Hereafter, it is going to be based on information technology. So that naturally there is a concern that by every sovereign authority would like to keep certain critical information within their own shores. They should not allow that, because that is what their main mandate by the population is, that they should be protected. So that is the fourth perspective. So that way you have a commercial perspective, individual privacy related perspective, civil liberties perspective, and strategic perspective. So depending upon which side you are or which aspect of this you are looking at, you can get different conclusions about usage of information, data privacy.
True.
That is what is the issue today. Many people look at certain suggestions which have been given by, for example, Sri Krishna Committee report, or as you mentioned about Europe, that GDPR, right? That instruction relating to. So each one, if you look at it from the commercial angle, you will say that certain provisions of this law should not be there. Because it's a commercial entity. I'm ready to, he is ready to give this information. Why you are questioning me? Why you are preventing me? That's why the commercial entity will look at it. But the government will say, no, you are transgressing privacy of the person. Or sometimes the government itself does prohibit something or not allowing something, because it keeps strategic interest in view. So like that, there is the debate is interesting. It is going on around the world. We need to be solid. The Sri Krishna Committee recommendations have come in a particular way. There are views by different parties. There are certain things where they have suggested rightly, in my view. Certain things there it needs further discussions or like. So for one good example is the data localization. That is being contested or being debated in a big way, because there are clear two lines of thought there. Today, India, compared to other countries, has generated large employment opportunities out of information technology capability, which it has built up. So either we have sent people out, or we are getting the jobs here and doing it. And one major area relates to data collection, data analysis, and in that process we have got quite a bit of jobs and income. That may be affected. That is one group or argument, that one side of the story. When you say that the data should be localized here only. Today, the data can be located anywhere in the world. Technology permits that. And whichever place they find that low cost, that is where they locate the data. And it's not in one place. It can be split also, because cloud, no one ever knows whether all your data is available in which location. We will never know.
That is true, sir. But let me cross question here. Everybody is talking about data localization. But simple question that I have is whether data resides in India or some other part of the country. Whether data is safe or not is more important than,
That's fine. When you say important, right? That depends upon which perspective you have.
Absolutely.
If you have a commercial perspective, that importance would mean that safety only.
Absolutely.
Right? The information that you have given me, it should be safe. It should not be given to unauthorized person.
Exactly.
That is possible today with technology, irrespective of the location it is housed.
Right.
That's what that group is arguing. You want safety of the data? I guarantee that. Technology is available today to ensure that. don't expect that data should be in India, then only it will be protected.
Exactly.
That is not the case, because anywhere in the world it can be.
It can be.
That is their argument. Yeah, that's
So again, another question. As a common man, I believe GDPR protects the right of every European citizen. Nobody can misuse the data of any European citizen right now because GDPR is very strong. They can impose a heavy penalty on every company which is misusing the data of the customer without his permission. When do you think the RBI or regulatory bodies in
not
India?
RBI.
No, I'm just saying, when do you think that regulatory bodies in India can work on these frames? I know that data security bill is on.
there again you are putting that question from the perspective of individual liberty, right?
Absolutely.
If you, as a person, when you want services from your renderer, your vendor, you go and you buy something, good or service from you want to avail. In that case, you have to share some information to him.
Yes.
Without that, they will not be able to service you better.
Absolutely.
So to that extent, civil liberties are crossed. Right? So you have to give that information. You cannot say that I have civil liberty, I will not give this information. You have to give. Like for example, you want to avail health insurance. Then you have to necessarily give health details. It is private information. It is intrusion into your privacy only. But you, when you don't give that information, they cannot offer that service to you. So there you very well understand the importance of that the information can be shared. So sharing information is not the issue. For the purpose of the particular good or service, you will always be willing to give, and they should be giving, number one. So now that the party has got that information, the vendor has got that information, can he use it for further giving service to you? That's also in your interest only. Because when they collect this information, process it and keep it, then they will be able to get a better health insurance for you. Or because health they can cross-sell by the same party. So you will not have, primarily most people will not have an objection if the same party is giving you better service. That also you will find it positively. The problem comes when it is sold to
other parties.
He passes on this information to somebody else, because you are likely to say, that was never my intention. When I gave this information to you, I wanted you to serve me. Absolutely. You cannot say give it to somebody else. Okay. There again, there's a commercial answer to that. So long as you are compensated for that, you will be willing to give that information. Just as in the first one also, you are compensated with the goods and service from me. That is why you are willing to give that information. So when it is passed on to somebody else with your concurrence, or if you are properly compensated, it is no longer an issue. So it is not a plain, simple civil liberty issue. It depends upon whether the commercial aspect of it is taken care of or not. When it is not taken care of, that's where you feel hurt.
Yes.
You felt hurt because without compensating you, I made money out of this information.
Absolutely.
That's one which is, it is not pure violation of your privacy. Okay. Pure violation of privacy, there are instructions even in India. Under IT Act 2001, right? Under that itself, we have a data privacy regulation. It is already there. It is it has the efficacy of the law because it has been promulgated under the Act only. It is a regulation, but it is promulgated under the equal force as a law. So we also have a law. It is not that we don't have a law, unlike in yes, going forward, to make it more well protected, well defined, it is the Sri Krishna Committee has recommended a specific statute. Let us wait for that, whatever it is, that is fine. Now, penalizing is one way of looking at it. There you presume that people will misuse that information. Why you should not think from the other side? People can use the information positively also. That's where, because we have economic interest in managing information, because it creates jobs for us, it creates income for us, economy as a whole. So it should not be one-sided law. It should enable business also. That's my view.
Absolutely. All right, sir. Thank you so much for that information. It was wonderful chatting with you. Thank you so much, sir.